Interleaving. Fact or myth? Is this an effective strategy to improve memory retrieval and strength over long periods of time? Or is there another factor involved in its practice that is the reason for its success? Interleaving is mixing related but distinct materials during study over a longer period of time. Studies show that standard block or teaching one topic in isolation before moving on to the next limits the student's ability to view standards through more than one problem-solving lens. Does it work? Roller and Taylor tested the theory on college students learning how to compute the volume of geometric solids. They were split into two groups. One used the traditional chunking method, the other the interleaving process. Students in the block study read through tutorials over each specific shape and then did 4 practice problems involving that shape. They continued this process until they got through all of the geometric solids. Students in the interleave study read through all of the tutorials first before beginning practice on any of the problems. When they began their 4 practice problems, they were mixed up over different solids, asking varying questions. The results showed that during practice, students that were taught with using the block method showed greater accuracy, but when it came to assessment time, the students in the interleave group performed 43% with greater accuracy than their counterpart. In a similar study, 4th grade students were also taught how to solve mathematical problems of prisms using the 2 different methods. One group was taught using the block instruction, 1 prism at a time, while the interleave group was taught several different formulas all at the same time. The results were similar. The block group performed with 98% accuracy during practice, while the interleave performed with 79% accuracy during the practice sessions. But what about after practice? The interleave group maintained their knowledge of prisms, answering with 77% accuracy, while the block group decreased their accuracy to a low 38%. One last study I would like to discuss is done by King and Poschler. They wanted to examine whether or not interleaving was successful because of the spacing out period in itself, or if it had to do with something about the way the material is taught. They did this through selecting 3 groups to teach different artistic styles. One group was taught in the traditional block method, one group was taught using the interleave method, and the last group was taught using the block method with material spread out over a period of time, much like the interleave method does. Criterion performance was best after the interleave practice, and there was no change in either of the block practice groups, proving that spacing out of material is not enough in itself. Instead, teaching topics all at the same time had the greatest effect. Rohr gave the example, math students must be able to choose a strategy, not just know how to use it, and choosing a strategy is harder when an exam covers many kinds of problems. This is what the interleave process assists in. While interleaving is fairly new, there haven't been too many myths that have been discovered about the practice. While there has been a lot of recent research showing that there is no such thing as learning styles and that people benefit from learning in different ways, sometimes not from what is their preference. Dr. Howard Jones, an associate professor of neuroscience, explains that there is no evidence to suggest that a benefit in teaching from this way, and that in fact psychological research has shown that even some students appear to benefit from receiving information in a style that which they do not have preference to.
Created using Powtoon.